Welcome to another virtual adult improv show with the LA Connection players. Today is the 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time team out here in Los Angeles. We are, California. So if wherever you are in the world, we're doing a live stream of two long form pieces. It's the first time we debuted two different ones. I'll tell you all about those in just a moment. I'm Ken Scove, the founder and owner of the LA Connection, back in 1977, going on 48 years next year, and going into our fifth year of online stuff. Here we go with our cast today. Brian.
Hi, everyone. Thanks for being here.
Lydia.
Hey, everybody.
Andrea.
Hello, hello. Thank you for joining.
Zoe.
Hi.
Nick. And James.
Hey.
Okay, let me do a quick intro. Why they all disappear. So the first story is going to be an HOA. Let me see if I can get the HOA behind me here. Let's see. Now, can I? I can't get the HOA behind me. There it is. Man, 4 clicks and it does it. Okay, so I'll be playing the president of the HOA in our first 30-minute story. We have two 30-minute stories. The second one's going to be family therapy, and I'll get to that one later. So the HOA, if you've ever lived in a homeowners association, oh my God, these guys are like, it's almost like the Gestapo, you're living in a police state. So I, as the president, of course, will magnify that along with my treasurer, played by Nick today. And then we have different categories of people. We have someone who does vandalism and burglaries. They've all been assigned by myself and voted in by our community to take on these volunteer positions. And we have an outsider. He checks on who's coming in and out of the community. That's Brian, because we do have a lot of people coming in, especially since now we have tourism with Zoe. That's up the game in terms of more outsiders coming in because we get confused who's a tourist and who's not. And it's brought more people in here. And then we have property upkeep because we don't keep our property upkeep with Andrea, who is a wonderful landscape architect in the town. We want to make sure everybody's property looks good because that's going to help with our tourism. And then, of course, we have our PTA president, Lydia, who has a senior in high school here. At our local high school has about 700 kids in it. We're a smaller town, but we're growing. And let's bring everybody in right now. We're going to do this on Zoom today because we'll just have you guys work like that, and then you can go out and report to the different things. Okay, Nick is the treasurer, as you know, looking very svelte tonight. Nick, do you want me to call you Nicky now, or is it Nick?
No, you can call me Nick still. This is just the way that I dress, Ken.
Okay, I just wanted to, because I know this is something that's happened in the
Ken, I'm trying something new. I thought that maybe I could show you all my true self, but if I'm going to be met with any antagonism, I think I can take a fashion show elsewhere.
No, it's okay, Nick. It's just since your wife and you split up 9 months ago, you started wearing her clothing, and I just thought.
Well, it was before that we split up, and it was because of that we split up. She was not supposed to know.
Oh, well, we didn't know that, so that's new information. So thank you for letting us know that you were cross-dressing way before. You're now doing it on the out and out. Now everybody sees you
Well, of course,
cross-dressing
now.
before. Okay. All right. Well, I just noticed the last meeting you weren't fully dressed in women's clothes. It was just.
Well, since it became a local news story that my wife has left me, and because I was wearing her clothing, I thought maybe it would be fine if I just wore it out in public. But
Okay.
it seems that that's causing a bit of a controversy, and maybe I like the controversy. Maybe the eyes on me is what I'm looking for.
I want to go on record and say that I think you look great, Nick.
Thank you, Brian.
Brian deals with our outsiders, and I'll be talking to you about that, Brian, because I know there's been a lot more people coming into the community dealing with, it looks like, maybe some drug sales since there's more tourists and there just seems to be other stuff going on. I even saw some prostitution, which we never used to have in this town. And again, it's all going with the tourism, so we'll have to talk with Zoe about that as well, because I know that you're doing podcasts, and I know that you're also taking ads out in some strange magazines, Mother Jones, which is maybe why we're getting the drug dealers and stuff like that. A Rolling Stone. I'm not sure this is where the crowd for that. We'll talk about that. Some of the places you're doing. And I also, the nudist booking was. We'll talk about that, okay? Because that was a little weird. Okay, and the property upkeep, I know you've designed all the malls around here, Andre. You've done really great, and so you volunteered to help go around and do the property stuff like that. But you're now bringing rulers out and measuring people's lawn, and that might be a little too far. We might need to talk about that. We've seen you tell people that they had to redo their fence because one side was a quarter-inch higher than the other. So you're using levels and stuff now. I don't know. You saw one person, there was one crack in the driveway. They had to rip up the whole driveway. They couldn't just get the crack repaired. We can't go too far, okay? So we'll talk about that. James, look at, you taking your van and putting security on that and military police. You're not military police. I don't know why. And you're dressing up now. I thank you for coming like this today, because I asked you to please not wear the whole military garb. People have caught you in their bushes. They've had you. Apparently, you have a high-speed camera now that can take pictures from over, I think, 600-700 yards now and get close-ups on them. Yeah. Okay. And the drones, people are complaining you're going over their backyards with drones now. And even Zoe came to me saying some of the tourists are a little pissed off because the drones are now flying around the Motel 6, which you can't, it's not $6 anymore, just so you guys know that. It's $60. Anyway, who else I missed here? Oh, Lydia. Okay, the PTA president. I know your kid was, I should say, a great son. He was doing really well, and then he broke his leg, and that kind of ended the season, the basketball season. And now apparently he's using, let's just say, medical marijuana to reduce the pain. And apparently he might know something about what's going on with his drug sales. So we'll be getting to you on that too. And we also know that some of the kids are causing problems at late night since there's tourism, and now apparently there's prostitutes. Okay. All right. So I think I've caught everybody right now. I'm going to talk to you guys individually, or Nick will be talking to you as well. He'll be talking to you, Lydia. So maybe you can brainstorm what's going on with your ideas in terms of raising money for the school and the town. And tourism, Nick, you'll be talking with Zoe, who obviously you didn't put your title next to your name. You know that's going to be a fine. We're going to have to fine you $25 because you didn't put tourism next to your name. Okay, that's $25 fine. Make a note of that, Nick. Collect the $25 and hope that she'll be able. I know that. Do you know how to spell tourism, Zoe? Is that why you didn't put it up? Okay. I don't know why we hired you to be the tourist person. You're like a shut-in. Okay. All right. Let me, Nick, if you could stay with me. Everybody else will bring you back on Zoom. Okay. Thanks. Okay. What the hell's going on with you? I mean, are you going to start wearing lipstick now pretty soon? And
no, it's the clothing. Look, I don't ask you why you dress the way that you do with your frumpy polo shirts. It's got nothing to do with me. So I think you can leave me out of it as well. I like the way that I dress, and if you're a little bit jealous, maybe you should go through your wife's clothing too.
Yeah.
Or
well,
maybe you should get your own and not risk a divorce. I'm not maybe the best influence on that.
Yeah. Okay, so you're saying, just before we talk about the meeting a little bit, just so I understand, you were wearing your wife's clothes. Was that around the house
Yeah.
or when you go on retreats or vacations? Because no one knew
Yeah.
this about you.
It was when I would go on hunting trips.
Hunting trip.
So a couple of my best friends did know. We would all go on hunting trips together. We'd go up into the mountains, go on our hunting trips. We would all bring our wives' clothing and wear them around. Now, I'm not going to say
what were you guys hunting, by the way?
elk.
So you're hunting elk in women's clothes, the whole group?
Well,
of
no,
you
the
guys?
elk weren't wearing women's clothes. We were wearing women's clothes. We were hunting the elk in normal clothes. And then when we go back to the cat, we weren't going to get our wives' clothes dirty like that.
Okay, so none of your wives knew about this, or did they know?
And I would prefer to keep this a secret because I'm not going to say who it is, but there is at least one other member of my hunting club who is in this HOA. Okay.
Right.
So.
Okay, so, I mean, you're a member of our Elks Club as well here, and
Of course, I bring the best elks. When do you think I get the best elks? How do you think I
listen, because
decompress?
I'm not part of the Elks Club. Can I just ask you something?
Well, no, you are
Is
not part of the Elks Club. That's why this is a surprise to you.
Do all the elks hunt in women's clothes? I mean, is
No,
the
no,
Elks
of course
Club a
not all the
secret
elks
women's
hunt in
society of clothing, or what?
Some of us, we've got our own special subsection of the Elks Club. Okay? We call it the Doe Club, where we take our wives' clothing and we wear it up after we do our hunting. Of course, we do not get our wives' clothes. Why is this what we're focusing on? There are so
Well,
many
I'm
signs
just,
and regulations. Look, all I do is I wear my wife. Well, this is my clothing now because my wife had to go and take all of hers. She said I could keep the things that I stretched out, but really there weren't that many things that I stretched out. I'm a
So,
very
wait a
petite
minute, are you
man.
wearing your wife's underwear as well, undergarments?
No, it's my own underwear.
Are you wearing a brassiere?
I'm not wearing a brassiere. I do not need a brassiere. I'm a petite man.
Okay. All right. I'm just trying to understand because I just don't know if people are going to take you seriously when you go and try and collect their HOA fees monthly.
Well, maybe we should be hiring James, the security man, to come and collect the fees. I'm the one who writes the fees. Why do I
James
need
has
to go
got
and-
anger management. James has got
That
issues.
is perfect for collecting fees. He can
Okay.
break a mailbox or two.
He was a parole officer at the local jail, about a mile away.
Perfect.
I thought this is a perfect guy to deal with burglars and vandalism because he's a scary motherfucker.
That's perfect. I think we can add him
Wait a
on
minute.
to fee collection.
Why did you bring up James? Is James the guy you were talking about who dresses in women's?
I cannot disclose this information, but James is a very masculine man. He is very intimidating. You see that big beard? He is going to walk in there. People are going to say, "Oh no, I better give this man my money, or he is going to smash my mailbox."
I
He's
think
done
it's
it
James.
before.
I think James is the one because
It may or may not be
he likes
James.
to hunt. He likes to hunt. Andrea
A lot of
doesn't
people
hunt.
like to
Andrea
hunt, but
just
I'm
likes to
telling you,
dig
it
up
is a subsection.
plants. Yeah, and Zoe's obviously not. How can a woman, if she cross-dresses as a man? I mean,
Well, she would take her husband's clothing.
Okay. Okay. All right. Is there you're going to talk to Zoe about tourism? You're going to talk to
I did.
Lydia about the PTA. Just can you give me your flashpoint line? What do you want to talk about?
Well, I think that Zoe, even though she doesn't talk, I can tell that she's got some very strong ideas about the tourism board. I think it might have been her idea to bring the prostitutes in, and I think that if we were able to use this in sort of a red light district in an innovative way, we might be able to make some more money for the community.
Okay, I don't know if I want to turn this into
Okay, well, you told me to give you the
prostitution.
bullet points, so I won't harp on that one.
All right. Well, you
Okay.
you can address that with her. We'll see what we can do. What about Lydia?
Well, with Lydia, I mean, I think that the children getting into drugs, it might be a bad idea. It might be hurting profits like her son. Because now her son is spending all of his money on these drugs, and he's not spending it on putting the money back into.
You're making a statement. You're saying her son is spending money on drugs. How do you know?
Well,
that?
you were the one who said it. You said that her son is using medical marijuana.
Well, but I didn't say he's spending all his money. I said he's using it.
Oh,
I don't know whose money it is or how he's getting it.
Well, in any case, that money that is being put into marijuana could be being used to be put back into our community.
Okay. Okay. All right. Well, good. Will you report back to me? You look great. Okay. Thanks a lot.
Thanks so much.
I'm gonna
It's
bring
all I've
James.
been trying to hear since I got to this room. Thank you.
Okay, James, please come on Zoom. James, thank you. Okay,
I apologize for being out of uniform, sir, but I was running an undercover op. About 20 minutes before I got the call that we had the meeting, I'm.
What was the op
uniform.
about?
Good to go.
What was it about?
It's about drawing connections, bringing people together, seeing the connections between the neighbors. There's a lot of stuff going around here that's just flying way under the radar because that's what it does. This shit
you're talking in like cliches. Give me a specific thing that the neighbors have instead of it's under the radar and using you sound like a politician now.
All right, fine. I'll give you that. All right. I don't know who I can trust though. That's the problem. But like I can trust you, right?
Okay, you're not saying anything again. Just give me some examples.
There's a drug trade going on here, and it's starting with the schools, and it's starting with Lydia. She's confiscating all of these drugs that come out of the schools. And why do you think we're seeing this huge influx of people coming in? That's because these are the drug mules that are being brought in by Brian, of all people. You know, Brian's a real slick talker. He knows his way around in and out of all the procedurals. He's a master of all the paperwork. He's a master of deception. You can't trust him. But I've been working an undercover angle of taking the van, or I should say the tactical vehicle that is going to be registered as.
Okay, you put lasers on the front of the. You can't do that. You can't put lasers that can blind people. So
I need to know my angles. I need to know exactly where the lines of sight are. I mean, the cameras that I have, okay, can I talk about the cameras? The cameras that I have are picking up a lot of information coming in. There are all sorts of people that we don't even want in this town. They're being brought in by Brian. Okay, these are the drug mules that Lydia is providing them with the drugs to distribute them. And Andrea's got a hand in this too, Mr. Outstanding Citizen and all these Platinum Jubilee awards for building buildings. I mean, I don't buy that at all. Do you buy that? I don't buy that. I sure as shit don't.
He's a landscaper. He's not building.
He's running a prostitution ring.
Oh, God.
That's how he's enticing all these drug mules to come in. And guess who's the main prize? It's Nick. Why else do you think he'd show up to the HOA meeting dressed like that?
What do you mean? What do you mean by main prize? What does that mean?
He's a prostitute, man. Nick is the most enticing one out of all of them. That's what's going on.
You're throwing out a lot of shit here. I don't know how much
I
can trust you.
This is not shit. This is real. I've got photos. I've got hours and hours
I've
of
asked
footage.
you.
I try to give it to you, but you don't listen, man.
No, you haven't really tried to give it to me because I have said, yes, please show me it. And then I never see any of it. I've never seen anything. You talk in cliches and then you put blame on, you just blame the entire HOA committee here, but yourself and me. And next thing I know, you go talk to someone else, you'll say, I'm the ringleader.
Look, so I'm going out on a limb here. All right, I don't know if I can trust you, and I will be honest. Even though I have hours and hours of footage, I mean, it's only it's only good if I
can see it, if I can watch it, if I can view it and have some sort of opinion. But all I get is you talking with no opinions. I'm beginning to wonder if there's even any sort of digital camera, are you actually getting the footage, or you just mount these cameras on your truck? You've mounted cameras. You mounted cameras in people's mailboxes. What's a camera doing in a mailbox to find out if someone's going to go in and steal the mail? I mean, you're going way too far, dude. Okay, you put a where am I on my tire so you could track where I was going. I finally had found that out when I got a flat tire because you put the thing in too deep.
This goes all the way to the top, and nobody is above reproach.
Okay. All right. So you're after me too. All right. Listen, I'm going to move on. I'm going to go.
Are you on the take? I just got to know.
No, I'm not on the take.
Are you on the take?
I'm going to go back and I want to talk to you privately.
You tell me right now if you're on the take.
No,
I swear to God.
Thank God we're on Zoom. Okay, all right. Hold on, my secretary's. Okay, all right. So I'm going to have to move on now. I need the treasurer to talk to the PTA president, and I'm going to go have a drink.
Over.
Yeah.
This
Bye
isn't
bye.
over.
Yeah. Goodbye.
This isn't over.
Okay, I'm going to go get a drink. So take me out of here. Okay.
Well, hello.
Hi. I just want to say that I completely support your choices and I'm very excited about them.
Oh, thank you so much. I think that it's very unique that everybody's commenting on my fashion all of a sudden. Look, just because I've gone from wearing pantsuits to wearing something a little bit more fantastic, does not mean that everyone's really got to praise me. Although I do appreciate it, and maybe you should tell everybody you know to praise me just a little bit. Comment on my Facebook, you know.
Sure.
So Lydia, before we get just too distracted by my overwhelming beauty, and which I understand, we need to talk about your son. You know, I know your son's been doing drugs. I know that he's been buying drugs.
Yes, but that is medicinal.
Of course. No. Lydia, I don't think you understand. I need to be very clear about this. The drugs are not the problem.
No.
I would like your son to actually sell drugs
Yes.
in large quantities and be taxed by us to provide money and income for the HOA.
I think we are sharing the same brain.
Okay, beautiful.
Crazy.
Beautiful, Lydia. Beautiful. This is why I've always liked you.
I know. And I've always liked you too. Some of the others I don't really care for. But we don't have to go there.
They're so nice. They're nice. They're naive. It's okay.
Just
not everybody
ridiculous.
understands. But
Oh
there's
my
some
God.
people on this HOA board. I do agree with you. So tell me, who do you not like?
James.
You don't
If I
like
see-
James?
Well, here's the problem. If I see him one more time in my bushes, I mean, I'm starting to worry that I can't change clothes in my own home because he's in my bushes, literally. And
Right.
he's all war painted up like it's Vietnam or something.
Well, you got to know. Here's the thing about James. James has a very tight schedule, and he's only in everyone's bushes for 7 minutes a day. So if you just look outside at any other point in time, you'll be fine. He goes to your house twice a day, but he's only there for 7 minutes. And I think
Each time?
each time he's only there for 7 minutes.
Well, do you think that is it the same time every day? Because that would be convenient. Because
Well, I don't know
then
exactly,
I would know
but
when
knowing
to change.
him, I mean, he's at my house around 2:15. So I make sure to change in front of the windows. I like to put on a good show, you know.
Yes.
But if that's not your cup of tea, then I understand. You
Right.
should just, I feel like he's a very open book. He's a very sweet and tender guy, you know.
Yeah.
When you really get down to know him. So I think that you just go up there and you ask him and you say, "Hey James, what time are you in my bushes?"
Well, can I tell you something? That's exactly what I'm gonna do. But can I just tell you
Of course.
that I heard something. Do you want to hear?
What'd you hear?
I heard that Brian likes
Brian, yeah.
to also
Hmm.
prance around his windows when somebody's in the bushes. I won't name
Yeah.
any names, but somebody in the bushes.
Somebody in the bush. Brian likes to put on a good show for somebody in the bushes.
Somebody. Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Okay, let's move on. I'm going to have Brian actually talk to me now. So, Brian, if you can come in with me. Okay, Brian. So, I don't know if you understand what's going on, but there's a lot of accusations going on now. And I don't think they're true. I think James is losing his mind, but he's
What did he say now?
he
What did he say?
accused you of bringing in a lot of outsiders, that you might be into drugs, and then Lydia told my treasurer that when James comes in front of the window, you dance for him, and then somebody inferred that somebody likes to hunt, and I know you like to hunt as well.
Yeah.
I know Andrea doesn't hunt, and I know Zoe and Lydia don't. But apparently someone's in the Elks Club and they like to dress like in women's clothing.
Hmm.
Is that something that's familiar with you?
All I'm going to say on that one is, have you ever seen me in something other than a black T-shirt? That's what I'll say.
No, I haven't, but I didn't see Nick in something till about 2 weeks ago when he came to the last meeting and then this meeting, and now he's just doing it out in the open. Apparently, he told me there's a bunch of hunters who are part of the Elks Club, and they all dress in their wives' clothing.
Yeah, well, I guess you never know. Right?
I know you recently joined the Elks Club.
Yeah. But
Okay, well, I listen.
Yeah,
it's whatever you want to do in your spare time.
Everything else, though, all this shit that James is trying to spew, it's not true.
Okay, well, what do you know about outsiders? Because you're supposed to be monitoring the people coming into the town. So you tell me what you know.
Absolutely. Well, I'll tell you what I do see is that I do see probably about 5 people a night trying to make their way into the neighborhood. Now, I'm able to successfully stop or at least hinder the progress of probably about 3.
Well, what do they do? What are they coming in here for?
They're mostly coming in here. I'll tell you what they're coming in here for. James, being a combat vet, has a lot of problems, right? And he is projecting this drug runner image onto me because really he's the one doing it, right? He's the one who's got all the inventory in his house. That's why he's always staking out people's yards. He's always trying to figure out who's going to be onto him, who's going to be coming close to his house. He doesn't want anybody near his property. That's why he's got all the guns and the cameras and the weapons and everything else over there, right? So he has this circle of people that come in and out, because I've started seeing the same faces coming in through this place. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So all in all, James is coming in. Now,
when you see these people are coming in, wait a minute. When you see these people are coming in the same faces, do you see James having contact with them at any time?
Yeah, absolutely. James never lets them get to his house. Right. James is always going out to like the tennis court area. Mm. You know, every once in a while I'll see because the lights are on a timer, so normally the lights usually kind of go off when nobody's using the courts at the end of the day. Yeah. But every once in a while, I'll see the light staying on a little bit longer than normal. I'll see James going out in his what is that that suit that they call it in the military? That one that looks like a swamp, looks like the creature from the Black Lagoon.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. So that's what
he's
does.
Rolling out in that.
Okay.
Meeting the people out there, and then the other couple people that I do know. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Now, I'm not 100% on this one, but I'm pretty sure that the ones that are the prostitutes that everybody is talking about, and I just say that just based on their clothing, not anything else. They're going to Nick. Now, I love Nick.
What?
Nick's great, but they're going to Nick.
What do you mean? The people are the Nick's the prostitute?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
I think. Again, I'm not too positive on that one.
Well, did someone say they're looking for Nick?
They don't hear. Here's why I think it's Nick. They're not saying Nick. Okay, he's giving them a code name, but it's they're saying Nicole.
I see.
They're saying we're here for Nicole.
Okay.
So that's
interesting. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Well, I'll have to take that up when we all meet at the end. Let me have Nick meet with Zoe now on tourism. Okay, I'm gonna go digest some of this stuff. Okay, thank you.
Zoe, I think they're on to us with our prostitution ring here.
Nick, I don't know what we're gonna do here, okay? I think we're screwed here, hun. I tried my best to just pimp you right out, honey. The people want you, okay?
And you did a great job. You did an excellent job. I have no faults on you.
I have no faults. You're. Everybody wants you. Everybody's asking for you.
I
All
know.
right.
It's always been that way. You know, went back in the day when my wife tried to pimp me out, it didn't work quite as well
Mm.
because people saw the wedding ring and they got conflicted. But now, ever since it's just been you and me, this has worked out excellently.
I think we need to come up with some kind of plan because we cannot keep losing this. We can't. We just can't lose our shine. We're doing so well.
We need to find the rat. That's it. We need to find the person who ratted on our operation, and I know it's somebody who's personally requested me because how else would they know? So we need to find this rat and we need to silence them. That's the only way we can protect ourselves, though.
I think we need to just make a list of names. What do you? I mean,
Oh, I've got a list of names.
oh,
And I think that it really would boil down to the people in this PTA with us. See, I think the three people that are most likely to have been the rat, we have James, but I don't think it's James. I trust James now. He's come to
really?
see me a few times now, and I think that he is a keen observer. Now, Andrea, he's a quiet one. I'm not quite sure about Andrea. He's only come to see me once, and I'm not sure if he got squeamish after that. But it's Brian that I'm the most suspicious of. See, he is a repeat offender, but I think that there is a guilt in his little heart, and he is running from something.
Well,
We
I
need
think.
to investigate.
I mean, it's. I was gonna say the same thing. It's Brian. He. I've been watching him.
Well,
On.
you've been watching him.
I've been. I've been keeping up on everybody. Okay.
And
Let's
you
just.
didn't just tell me.
Okay. Well.
Mm-hmm.
Brian likes to put on a show. Okay, he likes to put on a show for anybody who's in his bushes. Okay, so I think we got our guy, and I think we got to get
Mm-hmm.
him the heck out of here. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
I
Okay.
am not losing my best business. Okay, I am a girl boss.
Absolutely
We are
not.
girl bosses.
And we
Okay.
are making plenty of money for this community.
Mm-hmm.
They cannot get rid of us. We are the lifeline here. We are the blood of this HOA.
I
Okay,
work
thank you
day and night.
both. We're going to have the property upkeep manager, Andrea, come in with me. Hi, Andrea. So, yeah, go ahead.
Internationally awarded landscaper. Thank you.
Right, I know that. I know that you've done some really good stuff. I know you did the Vatican Gardens, which I thought were amazing. And I think just you moving to our small community, 8 years ago was just fantastic.
Thank you.
I will keep the reason of you leaving, let's just say, Italy for nefarious reasons. I do know those, and I don't want to let everybody else know, but just keep that in mind if you cross over the wrong way, okay?
Yeah, sure. I mean, after the Vatican Gardens were complete, I mean, we had some misunderstanding, but maybe um, it's just because my ideas sometimes come across like a little too much. Okay. Yeah. So, for instance, I don't understand like why, especially James is complaining right now when I came up with this idea about Elkland, and so I'll tell you the whole story.
Yeah, what is
Uh,
Elkland?
yeah, I got to meet wonderful Nick only once, but it's been a wonderful meeting. I was asking him like for funding, and as usual, I was expecting him to say like, "Oh, we don't have enough budget for this and for that," and all that jazz. Instead, he was like pretty excited, and he came up like coming, adding some beautiful ideas about like he's preparing a fashion show, and so the whole neighborhood, the whole community is going to be like a red light district. I came up like designing this, you see.
Okay.
So we'll put like elk statues everywhere. Actually, I'm not into that, hunting style and whatever because
Yeah.
I'm vegetarian. That's really disturbing to me. But I love the idea of the red light district. And Nicole, I mean Nick is has been like he came up like with pretty interesting ideas, and the only problem now, so we seem to have the budget, which is an astronomical budget. I don't know. Nick says he has great ideas with Zoe, but the only problem is that we need to get into James's apartment because we never got into James's apartment. ever. So every time we had maintenance, window maintenance, electric system maintenance, like the only apartment that he doesn't allow people, you know, in the crew of maintenance to get it. But now we need, because we need to renovate the whole, you know, all the buildings. I spent weeks like designing this. So proud
Okay,
of
well, I
it.
think, each individual house can decide what they want to renovate. You're just supposed to make sure they keep their front lawns and everything looking good. And
No,
I don't
this is
think
not democracy.
I don't
It's not
think you're
about
going to go in
people.
and renovate everybody's house. I mean, that's not part of their job.
People don't have, like, you know, common people, they don't have like great ideas, so they need to trust me. And
Okay, I'm not sure if you want to turn Main Street into a red light district with elk, like gargoyles, but they're elks. Is that what you're
yeah,
like? Elk gargoyles, kind of along the
yes, or
build.
maybe
Yeah.
we can call it like so Nick proposed like to call it Nicole Land, because
Okay. All
I don't
right.
know why he likes this name. Like
Okay. All
there
right. You
was
know what? You stay here with me. I'm going to have everybody else come back online. Come on, everybody, please come back into the meeting. All right. This meeting's got much. Come on, Zoe. You can't hide from me. Okay.
hey Nick.
This meeting's gotten a lot darker than I thought. I'm beginning to understand. Brian came to me and he said he wanted to join the Elks Club because he thought that Nick and Zoe were starting some sort of prostitution ring based on this outside thing. He kept saying stuff, and then everybody was saying code word Nicole or something like that meant Nick. And so I didn't realize that you, Zoe, were the queen. I thought you were just a shut-in, but you actually are running in a prostitution ring, and Nick is your main client now. Apparently, Nick was doing this with his wife. I had no idea. So I'm beginning to kind of understand what's going on here. And apparently, Andrea was so taken back by your show, Nick, that he wanted to fund something that you told him, elk gargoyle-looking things on a street, and it was going to be a red light district, so you could show off your best prostitute. So I don't think that's happening. Okay, and Brian, I know that you went undercover to join the Elks Club, but you've gone too far now. Now you're doing shows in your window with women's clothing, and your wife mysteriously has been missing for the last couple weeks, and now you're wearing her clothing on a regular basis inside the house. So I don't know, that's a little strange. I know you wanted to try and help us and break up the ring. James, by the way, we know that you're the main seller of the weed. We're going to be doing an inspection of your house. You've never showed us any footage of anything, and we do think that apparently you're going in people's bushes 14 minutes a day and looking through their windows. Lydia complained about that. You try to throw it on Lydia that she was selling drugs. She's not. Her son is on drugs, but she's not selling the drugs. Okay? So, there's all sorts of weird stuff going on here. But James, we're going to need to go into your house. Zoe and Nick, you're going to need to probably talk to the local sheriff here about your illegal prostitution ring. And Brian, we're going to get you out of the Elks Club and maybe send you some sort of a reverse therapy because you've gone too far with this thing. I think you're probably wearing women's clothing right now underneath that outfit you're wearing right now, okay? Andrea, I'm sorry you got sucked into this whole thing. I did get a call. You might be extradited back to Italy. Man, you did some pretty bad shit there. I don't know what the fuck you did, but I know kind of what you did, but it's obviously a lot worse than I thought. So they're going to probably be coming to extradite you. Okay, this has been our HOA long form piece. We're moving on now, so all you guys can move on and get ready for the next long form piece. And we're going to switch this now to a family therapy background. Let me see if I can get that ready. I'm waiting for my cue. And tell me when. Yes. Oh, yes. There's my family therapy. This is a mixed up family we're going to have here. So we've decided just for our amusement to do two 30-minute shows roughly. I think that last one lasted about 40. And this could be 30 to 40, who knows. But there are two shorter versions to let them do multiple characters. I'll be playing the therapist. The husband is Brian. The new wife is Zoe. She has a son from her previous marriage, and that's Andrea. And the ex-wife, Lydia, of Brian, has a son named James. And then there's the ex-wife's father, Grandpa, and he decided to stay with the new wife and her husband because he lives in the ADU, and he didn't want to move out because he had a good, sweet deal, and maybe he didn't get along well with his daughter anyway, and her son. I don't, her son. I'm sure he gets along because James still lives in the house. So that's the setup of the family. I'm going to be doing some therapy with them and see if we can kind of understand their problems and see if we can work some of that out. So if the family would like to come in on Zoom with me again, I'm here at my therapist office. And thank you. Okay. All right. Thank you all for deciding to do the online thing here again. If you could change the treasure thing out of there. I don't know why. I know that's what you sometimes did, Grandpa, that you were a treasurer at the bingo tournament, so thank you. Okay, well, I have been asked by Zoe, the new wife, who I knew her from before with her previous marriage. I helped counsel her and her ex-husband. That didn't work out too well. I'm sorry about that. And your son is here, Andrea, from that marriage. I know, Andrea, you're 22 years old, and I know that James, the son of Lydia, and Brian, her first husband, was 21 years old. Okay, I know there's some friction between the two kids. I know, James, you didn't move with your mother, Lydia, and you stayed with your father, Brian, and now you're having some issues with your stepmom, Zoe, so we're going to address those. I know Grandpa stayed in the house because, he had all his equipment, his medical equipment with him and stuff, and he didn't want to have to try and move that. He didn't know where Lydia was going to be moving to. And so he decided that he wanted to, he decided he wanted to stay in the ADU because he's got a good deal. Okay, so that's kind of the story that we're dealing with here. The two wives, ex-wife and new wife, don't get along. The two kids don't get along. And James, the son of Lydia, and Brian doesn't like either his parents, apparently, and it was really hard to get him to come here today, so thank you for doing that. And Grandpa, if you're still breathing well enough, we'll see if we can get some words out of your mouth. Okay, all right, let me have the husband and the new wife stay out here, please. Okay, so Zoe, you called me, so why don't you do the talking first?
Well, my husband here seems to not know the difference between having a new wife and an ex-wife, and who to choose to support, and whether or not to let go of his old life or not.
Mm-hmm. You want to respond to that, Brian?
Yeah, well, I mean, I got a kid from the first one, so what am I supposed to do? I mean, I don't give her nothing. She doesn't get jack squat. All the money and stuff is you for James, maybe Andrea, and we'll see about that one. But I don't know what you're getting at with this old life thing. I mean, I let her dad live it. Look at it. Have you seen her dad? That man ain't fit to be moving nowhere.
He's
right?
the one who told me.
Told you what?
That you're still sneaking around with Lydia.
Oh.
He told me.
Grandpa told you that. I think I need to turn off his oxygen. All right. Well, what incentive? But Grandpa's been sitting here sulking. I make him food every morning. He has no reason to want to get me and Lydia back together. He hates her guts. There's no reason.
Well, now, Brian, hold on now. Just maybe that's why Zoe said that to you, because he doesn't want Lydia and you to get back together because, I mean, there's some bad blood between the two of them.
Right.
You know, her being an alcoholic and, you know, ruining, I know your marriage, Brian.
Yeah.
And it really screwed up James too, because James
Right.
has got ADD and
he's
you
a
know,
mess.
He's a mess. That kid
He's a
is
mess.
he's
a piece
terrible.
Of shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, well, your kid's not that good either, Zoe. You know,
No.
you didn't have the best marriage either. Apparently, you were the wife. You know, usually it's someone beats the woman. You beat your husband. Okay, you beat your husband and then you beat your son. So
It's a defense mechanism, okay?
Right.
okay,
Who said
Brian,
you could bring that hammer here?
Honey,
You ain't allowed to have the hammers outside the house.
honey, you know, new people, hammer. That's the equation.
okay, so what's going on with you and James? Because apparently he once threatened James. So what happened there, Zoe?
I'm sorry, wait. Could you repeat that one more time?
James, you threatened James, Brian's son, who lives in the house with you. Why did you do that?
Yeah, that's what I thought you said. Yeah, James likes to think I threaten him when I just like to tell him like it is.
And
Tell
what
him
is it?
Facts.
Pretend I'm James. How do you talk to him?
Listen, you little runt. I need you out of my house, you piece of
That's
shit.
a great start. That's not your house.
It is
Yeah.
mine.
No,
It's actually
no, it ain't.
it's
It is.
actually Brian's and Lydia's.
My name is on all the papers.
Yeah.
My house.
Yeah.
I'm your wife.
Right? But your ain't on the papers. So
Okay.
until you're on the papers, it ain't your house.
Right. Now, did you, I mean, Zoe, I mean, let's face it, you're the new wife. You've only been married a little less than 2 years, and you were having financial issues with your husband because you beat him up so much. You had a lot of hospital bills that you didn't pay off, and you guys had to go bankrupt. So now you're married Brian because you knew Brian had a nice house and some money.
Yep.
It's just what happens when you fall in love, and then it's at some point you find out that he's super rich, and it's just all the better. True love and money.
Well, wait a minute, Brian, weren't you on a site for wealthy men?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think that little thing that you didn't know, I mean, you met on the wealthy men website.
Yeah.
I just heard it was one of the safer ones.
I see.
Yeah, she's not wrong. It is.
Okay, well, thank you, too. We'll bring you back in a little while. Okay?
Love you, baby.
Sure thing.
Thank you. Let's get the two sons in here, please. Okay, all right. All right, so, James, okay, do you have to always eat? Okay. I mean,
That's disgusting, James.
I'm getting muscle mass here. Okay, I gotta be
That's
eating like
not muscle
24/7.
mass.
Anabolic window. Anabolic window. What
You're
fucking part about this?
horrible,
Do you understand?
James. Shut up, James.
Fuck you, dude. You know what's gonna happen? I'm gonna end up being your dad. That's what's gonna happen.
Nah, it's not how it works. You're
Yeah, that
stupid.
is how it's
You
gonna work.
can't be
I'm
my
gonna be your
dad
dad.
because my mom
Your mom's gonna.
it doesn't
not-
work that way. Doesn't work that way. You're
Yeah.
stupid.
My dad's gonna leave your mom, and he's gonna go back to my mom, okay? Because that was better. And then I'm gonna hook up with your
That
mom,
would be
and then I'm gonna be
wonderful.
your dad.
So that I don't have to see you two anymore.
No, that's real. She talks to me. The way she talks to me, it's total foreplay. Your mom wants it, bro. Your mom wants my
hope
D,
she's
bro.
beating you with her hammer.
Yeah,
Maybe
exactly.
she already
She
did.
knows I'm into that stuff. She
Yes,
found my
yes.
computer. She found my computer, and she found like my stuff that I was into, my search history. She read it.
What is
She
it?
liked
What
it,
is
dude.
What is
She
it?
liked it.
okay, you're trying to make, you shouldn't do that in front of his, Andre, that's his mother. Okay? So let's get to the point. She doesn't like you, James. She said she wanted to beat you, and she wants to kick you out of the house.
No, that's
So you're
foreplay.
making that shit up again.
No,
First of all,
she's into me.
Lydia, Lydia, you're part of the reason that the whole
Yo,
fucking
leave
marriage.
my mom out of this. Okay, my mom's gonna get back together with my dad, and you can't stop that. Doing your-
Well,
all your
I don't
fucking
see
degrees.
that happening. But
I
do you know anything about? Have you ever seen your mom with Brian since they split up?
Yeah. Yeah, I have.
So you've seen
Yeah.
your mom and dad together.
Yeah.
And where
Yeah.
did you see them together?
3 in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
I was using the computer for
Porn.
extra. Shut up. I was using it for extracurricular activity. And 3 in the morning, I hear the door open. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And I swear to God, it was her footsteps.
Okay,
I peeked up. I looked up. I looked up. I looked up, and I saw her feet go by.
Okay, where was Zoe? The new wife, Andrea's mother. Where was she?
She was out.
Okay, so you know she was out. Okay, was that the weekend that Andrea, you and her went to San Francisco?
Oh yeah, it was a beautiful weekend, and that's when she told me that she wants to kick you like a soccer ball. Yeah, that's what she said.
She wants my balls. I believe she said that.
Don't
Yeah.
talk like that.
Yeah,
Shut up, James. She told me
Your mom wants my balls. Your mom wants my balls.
Yeah.
Your mom wants my balls.
You are really disgusting.
I'm gonna whack her in the chin with them.
I hope she beats you up. Yeah.
Yeah, she's got good feet.
Yeah.
I like feet.
Okay, speaking of beating. Okay, so we know Andrea that your mom beat your dad and you, and let's just go. How do you feel about that?
Well, you know, I'm used to that. I mean, it just there are certain rules, and she can be like really strict. And
Good, 'cause I'm gonna kick your ass too.
Shut up, James.
I'm gonna be your dad.
And you know, the silver lining is that I really hope like she's beating up like James like twice as she you know, she was beating up me or my
beating
dad.
that D.
No, with the hammer.
All right, James, listen.
Yeah.
Are you going to be able to move out of the house, James? Because I don't really see, other than Grandpa, I know your dad likes you, but, you know, your mom and you don't get along, and that's why you stayed at your dad's house.
Nobody
But
likes
don't you
me.
think with the new wife, because Zoe doesn't, the new wife doesn't want you there,
Well,
and
that's 'cause
Andrea
my
doesn't
mom-
want to come over because of you, because, you know, you're...
My mom misses my dad's D. Okay, like you know,
Oh,
she
God.
wants that D again, and she wants to take it inside of her. Right? She wants to take it inside so they can be a family again. They can make more of me.
You're such a crass, you know. I mean, you dropped out of high school.
I just tell it how it is.
Yeah. Well, I don't think you know how it is. Andrea, we're proud of you, though. You went back to college. I know you're going to become a master's and become a professor. He's trying to overcome the divorce and become better off.
Yeah. I'm getting better.
Whole
Like
thing's
I'm
just
going to
temporary.
college. I'm gonna be in the soccer team of my That's
Okay.
really cool. That's really cool. You cannot understand because you are disgusting.
It's the European sport for like gay or something, right?
No, it's the European sport for fancy and cool guys, but you cannot understand. Oh,
Okay, well,
what's that? T is for gay.
Okay, thank you too. Okay,
Teabagging is what I'm gonna do to your
Oh
mom.
my God.
That's
Okay,
Shut up,
I need-
James.
I need to bring Lydia in. Thank you, guys. Thank you very much. Okay, wow. Okay, so Lydia, there's a lot been flying around here. Let me ask you this. Have you been going over to the house the weekend that Zoe and Andrea were in San Francisco and you hooked back up with Brian?
Yes, but but it was purely platonic, but
What's that mean?
platonic.
Okay, I'm not sure what palatonic is.
Yeah, it was platonic.
But you, according to Grandpa, who apparently, I guess, knows something, maybe you've come to the house more than that amount of time, because I know that she goes on little excursions with Andrea, or sometimes goes and watches a soccer match, you know, at the college, which is, you know, a couple cities over. So sometimes she'll spend the night over there. So, how many times have you come over to the house?
18 or 19.
18 or 19
times.
And those were all
Yeah. Well, so
Palatonic?
Brian, right? Platonic, Kent.
Okay, all right. I'm just using your words.
I misspoke because
Okay.
I'm, upset. Oh, wait, hold on.
Okay, so why are
Hold
you
on.
upset?
Can you
Why are
hang
you
on just a second? I gotta take this. Yeah. Okay, it's my agent. Okay, baby daddy. Yeah, I'll do that one. Okay. Okay, I gotta go.
I'm not
I'm with
sure,
the therapist.
but
Bye.
Baby daddy, is that?
Oh,
is
it's
it-
my next film.
Okay, so you're doing, let's just say X-rated films. Is that what we're into now?
They are tasteful, romantic pieces.
And you started doing this because you needed an income because Brian,
Yes, because
yeah.
Brian has not paid support ever.
Okay.
And I have, and he thinks he doesn't need to because, James is living there. But that has nothing to do with my way of life and what I had become accustomed to. And Brian thinks that he doesn't have that obligation.
Well, he
Uh,
was paying you alimony, and then you got drunk on some binge and married some guy in Vegas. It lasted about a week,
right.
and because you thought he was rich, but he wasn't rich. And once you got remarried, you lost your alimony. So you were making $8,000 a month from Brian to keep up that $100,000 lifestyle, and you're the one who blew it by doing that. So you lost the $8,000.
Okay. So first, I was not drunk. I'm not a big drinker. Sometimes I will have, a cocktail, usually at night, just
You
to
went to
calm my
AA.
nerves.
You went to AA after that alcoholic binge in Vegas. Got married. Was married for 8 days.
Who told you this?
Grandpa, your
Of
father,
course he did.
your
Of
father.
course he did. Of course he did. I love when he chooses to show up and how he chooses to show up. It's really lovely.
Are you drinking now, by the way?
My drink. I
Yeah.
I have a protein drink.
What? Okay, that's protein with 2 cherries.
Your protein.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I like
So you're
cherries in my
falling.
protein.
So you weren't prepared to have this family therapy meeting. So therefore, you fell back into drinking again, didn't you?
I not to excess. I mean, I will come clean to you and tell you that yes, Brian and I make sweet, sweet love still. But I probably drink before that. But that's nothing new. I mean, every woman everywhere has to drink before doing that shit.
So you have to drink before sex.
Of course.
Okay, well maybe that's one of the reasons your marriage didn't work. Maybe you were just too drunk a lot of times. And
It
he
didn't
said
work
you
because
passed
he
out a
was
few
not
times.
supportive of my career.
Oh, well, okay, that's
Barbara.
new then. So he found out about your career, why you were married. In other words, you had because I thought this career happened after the divorce from this guy in Vegas.
I have always been an actor.
Oh, I see. You didn't tell me that. It's the first time I've
I've
heard
done
that.
film and stage
Oh, I see.
since I was 3.
I see.
Um,
Okay. Well,
so
stage I know.
I,
Yeah.
and I took a little break when I first married Brian because
okay.
I didn't, need to work, and I felt like it was me time. I need to work on myself and think about me for the first time because I always think about everybody else, and now it's me. I am a lady boss. I am, legit.
Okay. Thank you very much. I'm going to talk to your father now. Okay. Thank
You're
you.
welcome. Oh God, good luck with that.
Yeah. Thank you. Okay. Sorry about. Are you going to be able to talk?
Of course I can talk.
Okay. All right.
God.
Okay. So you decided to live. Okay. You decided to live at the ADU rather than move with your daughter.
Yeah.
Tell me why that happened.
Because my daughter's an idiot.
Okay. Well, that's not. Can you elaborate?
Oh, you want me to elaborate on that? Yeah, absolutely. My daughter left the best thing that she had going for her. I told my wife we never should have enrolled her. Never should have enrolled her in beauty pageants when she was a kid. Because it was just gonna mess with her brain. But now we got her, and she thinks that she can have a career doing her mattress actressing, and it's not doing too great for her. And she left the best money bag that she could find after she dropped out of high school and barely got a GED. And she went and blew her alimony. I'm sorry. It's not my money.
Yeah.
She went and blew her alimony.
Okay, so
On
did you
some
think that
bad guy.
you're more secure with Brian because he owns the house? He owned the house before he married Lydia even, so he had the money. She married him for security and money and to get out of being a porn star, whatever you want to call it, an actress of the night. And you knew all this? You knew that she was doing that because you never
Of course
told
I
me.
knew all this.
Okay. So you were hoping to save her, and then when they split up, you decided to stay at the house for financial reasons, or because of you didn't want to be
I
any
was
part of her.
comfortable. I pay Brian rent.
Oh, you do. Okay.
Of course, I have my own money. You think I could just retire?
Yeah, I don't know. Okay. What did you do, by the way?
I was a coal miner. You know how many settlements there were for that?
Oh, well.
Hey, do you mind if I smoke in here?
You gonna smoke? Oh my God. What, like a peace pipe? You smoke peace pipes?
It was my grandfather's. I'm 1/16th Cherokee, you asshole.
Well, that's more than Elizabeth Warren. Okay. All right. Well, geez, let me bring your daughter back in again. I think you need to talk to her.
I
Lydia.
want to talk to her. She keeps dodging me.
Okay.
Lydia, how
Talk
are
to each
ya?
other.
You only come over here to see Brian. You can forget it that old dad lives here.
That's the problem, Dad. Why in the world are you still living there? First of all, I'm trying to get him to sell the house because my name is on it and that will give me the proceeds. But I can't because he says that he has my son and my dad living there.
He can just buy you out. Just ask to buy you out for that. Let him keep that. I'm still living here because I pay rent, Lydia. Because it's my house, Lydia.
You can pay me rent, Dad.
Why would I want to live with you?
Dad, I am focusing on me now. You know, it's my
We're always
time.
focusing on you, Lydia.
I've never
That's the
focused on me.
problem.
I mean, I need a certain amount of attention, but I was, I was built this way from the beginning. I cannot help
I know.
who I was born as, and who enrolled me in pageants.
Your mother.
Well,
God rest her soul.
yes, God rest herself.
Oh, Deborah, what'd you do? God damn it.
No, she was a great mom,
She was a
and
great
she
one.
focused on me, and
A little too much, yes.
okay. Well, maybe she was trying to make up for you, Dad.
Look, I told her we should have more than one kid. The only
Why do
child
you
thing
think
really
that I
got to your
do
head.
romantic films?
You started doing romantic films right out of high school. I guess it's right out of high school. And once you became legal, you didn't finish high school.
Listen to me. You are the reason that I have slept with more than 725 men.
I am not the
You.
reason you've slept with anyone. I never want to
Yes,
be the
you
reason you
are.
sleep with anything except for a good mattress.
You never paid attention to me. You never came to the pageants. You never came to see my theater projects. You were never there. Like, where were you, Dad?
Well, how could I not? How could I have ruined it if I wasn't there?
Okay.
It was your
Listen, you
absence
guys.
that ruined it.
Okay, you guys can take it in the back room now and continue with each other. I need the new wife, Zoe, and her son, Andre, to come out here. Okay, I think they're both there. They are okay. All right, so you two, she has been coming over to the house, so you're correct. She has been coming over, and that's the reason Andrea doesn't want to come over to the house, because he doesn't like James. So why don't you two guys talk to each other? Because I know you've gone on a few trips, because you have to do trips outside of the house with just you two because he can't deal with the other family people. So that's kind of pulling you guys apart a little bit. And every time you take a trip, Lydia goes to the house.
So if you promise me,
Is
if
this
you
a family
promise,
meeting?
Yeah,
family
get out of
meeting?
here. Yeah, please.
You're not fucking
I'm
James,
dad.
family.
shut up,
Not welcome.
James.
I'm not welcome with my own kid, my own stepkid. Oh, fine,
no.
fine. Fuck you
Fuck
guys.
you,
I'll deal with you
James.
later.
He smells like hot Doritos all the time. I don't know how to get the smell out.
I know I can hear like the smell from here. That's
Oh my God.
literally disgusting. So, Mom, if you promise that you don't get angry with me, I have like good news and a bad news.
All right, sweetie. All right, tell me.
Okay, so
Mama's here.
bad news. So please promise you're not gonna beat me. So I've been watching porn yesterday night. Yeah, sorry. Let me finish. Please don't. No, not the hammer. Please, let me finish. So good news is I saw a video with James's mom.
What?
Yes, she's into those kind of movies. Yeah.
Baby. Oh, this is good news. Oh, I knew you were the best son. I knew I was right to keep you.
That's
Oh,
why
this is gonna be so good.
Yeah.
We're gonna live our dream life now, baby. Oh my God. I'll
You
even
can
throw
get
this
the
out.
house. Yeah.
This, forget about it. Gone. Out of sight.
Oh, maybe you're gonna need it like a little bit, like with James, like before we're done. Anyway,
That's,
are you?
that's true. You know what? You always keep me on. Yeah, you always keep me in line. You're such a good son. How do we get that tape?
That I do have the tape. Yeah.
Okay.
All
right.
Yeah. I do have the. Are you proud of me? Are you proud of me, Mom?
Son, I am just so impressed with you. So impressed with you. I'm so proud of you. I love you. We are going to tear down Lydia and that hot Dorito smelling little shit of a thing she calls a son.
Yeah, and don't forget Brian. Like that. I don't like Brian.
That's true. Yeah, what are we going to do about him?
You can just kill him with your hammer. That would make me so happy.
If that would make you happy.
Wow. Okay, I don't want to have death in my meetings. Okay, so let's just that's just another alternative. Let's have Brian come in and talk to his son, James. You two can come in now and talk to each other. Apparently, you know that Zoe has now found out that you've been sleeping with Lydia on the side. So Grandpa was telling the truth about that. Lydia said it's about 18, 19 times every time Zoe goes away with Andrea. The reason that Zoe goes away with Andrea is because she
Probably because she's sleeping with her ex-husband.
I don't know. I have not found any verification of that. However, I have found verification that her son Andrea doesn't want to come over to the house because James always threatens him, and you know he just feels that he's not very well liked at that house. So she has to then take him away on vacation. So now Lydia's taking advantage of that to come over and see you. And apparently she's drinking before she has sex with you, because I don't know if she's saying sex with you is bad.
You can work on it. It's okay, Dad. Look, this is, why the glum faces? This is great. This is what we wanted. The family's getting back together. Yeah.
I guess in a way you're right, but
yeah, I'm right. I always knew I was right. Come on.
You were something else, huh? Look, I think what we need to do, son. I know you don't really like either of the other two, but I think we need to find a way to get not just your mom, but Andrea and Zoe to all of us be together in this house.
Oh yeah, totally. Does Andrea really have to be there? Because I was thinking like we could give him up for adoption. You know, once I start nailing Zoe, she'll be like my former stepmom, which I'll be, she'll be like my girlfriend. Like I don't know if I really want to get married. So like maybe she could just be like my side piece when finally like my letters to Jennifer Lopez get through. Still writing her.
Yeah, those will get through.
Yeah.
No, I was thinking, Yeah, Andre's a little bit of a pussy, you know.
Damn right.
And I
That's what I'm saying.
I think he needs a brother like you to be around to toughen his ass up. And I know he's been beat by the hammer and all that. I don't know how that turned him into a wimp and not the most incredibly powerful martial artist warrior of all time, like I've shaped you into.
Yeah, because there can be only one.
Speaking of,
I'm ready for him. I'm ready for him.
Yeah, I'm glad you have your own hammer on hand. That's another thing I needed. I need you to lay off the Doritos, kiddo.
What? I'm bulking.
Not with Doritos. That's not the way you do it.
Okay, yeah, if I could have everybody come back into the meeting now.
If
everybody can come online for a second. I'm just going to make my recommendations, and then you guys can decide on whatever you want to do. But based on the information I've seen here today, it seems like Zoe now has found out that Lydia is a porn star, and that she really doesn't love Brian as much as she thought. Maybe it was just the money thing. So I think you could pay her off, Brian, and her and Andrea will probably resettle somewhere with the money that you could pay them off, since you're not really been paying Lydia's alimony anymore because she got remarried and then that didn't work out. You saved $8,000 a month. So my suggestion is maybe you throw a little bit towards Zoe and Andrea to relocate and find a new place to live. Sounds like you and Lydia want to get back together, so maybe Lydia should move back into the house. I think that would make James
Can
happy.
Andrea come live in the house as well?
Why would you want Andrea to live in the house, Lydia?
No reason in particular.
Mom, you're not banging Andrea, are you?
Son, don't use that's crass.
But you and Dad.
That's so vulgar, James. I'm in love with your mom. That's pure love.
No, that's not how this works.
You are so vulgar.
I bang your mom.
This is love, James.
James.
No,
James.
fuck this. Fuck this. You are not
James,
my dad.
Language.
I take it back. Andrea is not a pussy.
Wow. Well, this has been our family therapy long form piece. Let's end on he's not a pussy.
No.
And,
No.
and that's our show. So we did 2 wonderful shows for you guys. I hope you enjoyed it at home. If you have any other comments, put them up there now. We read all the comments to everybody. We're going to be back in January the 14th. January 14th will be this next show. We'll meet for 2 weeks, you guys, and then we'll come back in January 5th or 7th and 5th, I mean, because we're Friday. Yeah. So January 12th. January 12th will be our next show on Sunday. And it'll be 2 shows again. So let's introduce the cast. Brian.
Thanks for being here, everybody. Remember, don't be a pussy.
Lydia.
I think it's fun to be a pussy.
Andrea.
Thank you for joining us. Peace and love.
Zoe.
Thank you for watching, and make sure you watch next time.
Nick. And James.
Oh, man, that's all gone.
And we're all gone. So we'll see you on January 12th for our next long-form show. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, everybody. Have a great holiday. And you guys stick with me. I'll see you guys in about 7 weeks.